There's a lot of stuff on May Day. Let me just go through them so I don't waste any time. May Day. Yeah, May Day. International Workers' Day. I mean, that's, communist holiday, you could call it. Illuminati was founded on this day too. May the 1st, 1776. Right, Adam Weishaupt. Also significant, and it's this guy with the mustache. His death was yesterday, which was ironically the 30th of April of all days, 30th of April. His death was not announced until today, May the 1st, May Day. So isn't that ironic? Ironic considering what we know, right? So let me go to the. So let me go. Is it here? Yeah, it's here. Okay, let's go to the day he died, right? The day he actually died. 19. What did it say? What year? 19. Was it? 40, yeah, 45. 1945. He died 1945. 45. Yeah, died with a numerology of 34. Murder 34, 43, killing 43, 71, Catholic 71, because they say he was a Catholic. 79, Society of Jesus 79, murder 79. Commit suicide is what they say. And they announce his death on May Day as well. May Day, death 25. 51, conspiracy 51. So that's interesting. I'm just waiting for some people to join, hopefully. So I just hate it. I hate it always wake up like that. And this is Prince Charles. Doesn't look like a man that's well, innit? He made public appearances, visits cancer center. This was yesterday. Isn't it ironic? He makes an appearance yesterday, which was the 30th. The 30th. He made an appearance on the 30th of this year, 2024. '58 Freemasonry, 42 Freemasonry. So he makes an appearance today, right? King Charles. Just 4 days after he had his first cancer diagnosis. Well, this guy is gonna kick the bucket, as they say. '14th of November, 1942. kind of interesting that he makes his first appearance 28 weeks to his next birthday, and the word kill is 28. Because they say he's already dead. And the guy that you're seeing is just some guy in a prosthetic mask. But who knows? Right. Yeah, it's just strange things happening at the moment. Okay, I want to just this is a slightly unrelated. You know, I was in an app yesterday, Clubhouse, and they were talking about Billy Carson. For those of you who know, Billy Carson is this researcher who looks into different historical stuff, emerald tablets, Anunnaki, and all this. But the problem is the guy that started this whole thing. There was Eric von Daniken who spoke about the emerald tablets. Problem is Sitchin, the guy who started it all. He is a fraudster, because many of his writings have been rejected by mainstream historians who label his books as pseudo-archaeology. That Sitchin deliberately misrepresents Sumerian texts by creating them out of context, truncating quotations and mistranslating Sumerian words to give them radically different meanings from their accepted definitions. So that's what I keep telling people, because there are people out there who believe this story. Not just believe it, they like this story because, yeah, it sounds good. This whole ancient aliens, right? Or Anunnaki, sky gods, and all this other stuff. They believe it's literally to be true. Literally to be true. But problem is, the real truth is far more realistic than the fake truth. So I don't know why people fall for this crap, honestly. I mean, you gotta draw the line with conspiracy, you know. You got to, otherwise you just end up getting deceived. I mean, this is the guy that said it all. He died like years ago. I mean, when he wrote his book in like the 70s, and his credentials have never been in question. I mean, my understanding of this man is that he studied in London School of Economics. At least that's what it says here. Yeah, born to a Jewish family, raised in Palestine. Degree in economics from the University of London. Editor and journalist in Israel before moving to New York in 1952. He taught himself Sumerian. I mean, again, they say that he don't know nothing of Sumerian. He taught himself and visited several. I mean, yeah, he's also. I mean, he's also the guy that spoke about. Sorry, let me just get to what I was going to say. He gets into the whole idea of Planet X. Yeah, Planet X. Nibiru orbiting around the sun. I mean, look, it says he sold millions of copies and tries to translate to more than 25 languages. So he died at the age of 90, so he was quite old. I mean, I can't quite understand why people give credits to this thing. I mean, look, it's fine to be interested in historical stuff, you know, ancient history and that, but you got to be careful at what information you speak about, because otherwise you're going to be deceived time and time again, because they are agents in this community, this truth movement. and you got to draw the line. You really got to draw the line, otherwise you just get deceived, or otherwise you just be deceived again and again and again and again. If you think I'm dying this, so if you think I'm chatting crap, I encourage people to watch the documentary. Now, Ancient Aliens Debunked, it's called. I'm trying to find it to the web. Is there a website? Chris White. Yeah, he's the guy that made it. Yeah. Now he is a conspiracy investigator, but he also loses a lot of logic and logic and reason to debunk the ancient aliens hypothesis. Bloody hell. I'm trying to find his website, but I can't seem to find it. There's a video.
And andesite. But this is also funny because of the way that he says it. The stones that were used there.
Oh, this is 5 minutes. I'm going to give you 5 minutes of this clip at least. Ancient Aliens Debunked, Chris White and Michael Heiser.
Ancient Aliens is an American television series which premiered on April 20th, 2010 on the History Channel. The program presents the so-called ancient astronaut theory, which is the idea that extraterrestrials visited the Earth in the ancient past, and that historical texts, archaeological records, and various legends contain evidence of this contact. I used to believe that the ancient astronaut theory was true. I spent years learning about it from the popular authors, from video presentations and radio shows. I was an enthusiastic promoter of this idea to my friends and family. Although I no longer feel that way, I want you to know that I have no personal reasons to reject this theory. My current worldview could easily accommodate the existence of extraterrestrials. I hope you will come away from this film, even if you disagree with it, saying that I fairly reviewed the claims of ancient aliens without bias and with respect. I hope to show you that this is not a matter of ancient aliens getting a few details wrong here and there, and their main premise remaining true. That is not an option in my opinion. I hope to demonstrate to you that they are wrong not on some, but on every single point where they assert an ancient astronaut theory to explain evidence, and that often they are using deceptive means to do this, and sometimes even fabricating evidence to make their points, as we will see. I would also like the viewer to know that unlike many skeptics of the ancient astronaut theory, I actually concede that something out of the ordinary could have occurred in the ancient past, and that there are certain consistent themes in ancient mythologies and the like that require good explanations. But I think you will quickly see that the ancient astronaut theories do not explain this evidence. You will notice a number that appears periodically on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen throughout this film. This number will appear when I am making a claim that requires a reference in order to back it up, and it will correspond to a number on the companion website, ancientaliensdebunked.com. This film is divided into 3 main sections, and each topic can be viewed independently at the website if you choose. I will occasionally be joined by commentary from Dr. Michael Heiser, one of the few actual scholars.
Yeah. Years ago on Coast to Coast, he challenged Zachariah Sitchin, the guy that started all the Anunnaki stuff, Sumerian stone to a different. He understands the language and can translate the language and all that. But Sitchin refused to debate him because he knew that he would be exposed. So he declined to debate this guy on Coast to Coast, which George Noy's Coast to Coast conspiracy, popular conspiracy talk show.
Who has been willing to interact with the ancient astronaut theory. Dr. Heiser has been one of the most articulate proponents of the skeptical viewpoint of this theory, and has written papers and books, as well as almost a dozen websites on the issues we will be covering in this film. We are happy to have him as a part of this film, and we're happy to have you, the viewer, here as well. I encourage you to have an open mind and enjoy the film.
Punku is so unique in the way that it was constructed and shaped and positioned that it is the most intriguing ancient site on the planet.
While the pyramids at Giza are incredible feat of achievement, compared to Punku, the pyramids are child play. In my opinion, the most significant piece of evidence that we have in this entire ancient astronaut puzzle is Punku in the highland of Bolivia.
Well, if Punku is considered such good evidence for the ancient astronaut theory, we should probably start off by looking at it. After all, it's the one that they say was built directly by extraterrestrials.
Punku is the only site on planet Earth that, in my opinion, was built directly by extraterrestrials.
Ancient Alien starts off with a false dilemma by making people think that it was absolutely impossible for ancient people to construct Punku, even to the point of making outright false claims.
One of the most intriguing things there is that the stones that were used there aren't sandstone, they're granite and diorite. The only stone that's harder than diorite is diamond. So the only way that this could have been achieved is if the tools were tipped with diamonds.
This is funny because it's totally wrong. The stones are not granite or diorite at Punku. They are red sandstone and andesite. But this is also funny because of the way that he says it.
The stones that were used there aren't sandstone, they're granite and diorite.
Well, yeah, actually, it is sandstone. You can't blame him, though. It becomes obvious that throughout the series, he often just repeats things he's heard in Eric von Daniken's books. Von Daniken's books are what the Ancient Aliens series is based on. Later, we see Eric von Daniken himself.
Yeah, he's the guy that precedes Zecharia Sitchin, so he's a very important individual indeed. But he's been lost. You gotta understand this. I do really like to share this with people. You know, on the other app I'm on quite often. You know, to play this clip, play this video, and draw their own conclusions, because he's pointing out that the things that they say are not backed up; they're just hearsay. Okay, let me just stop that now. Let's go here. Oh, that's a shame. There's no one live. Now back to this clip. Something I want to point out is that guy that was talking. I mean, he looks like he sounds a bit Greek. I'm not sure. Georgios. I think it's Georgios. Let me just go back a bit. Back here.
Directly by extraterrestrials.
I mean, look at this guy. He's got a funny looking hair, and he's got a suit on, make him look like he's some kind of extremely important kind of person. And he's saying he's just repeating what he's read, what he's read from what Eric von Daniken said about aliens building those like we say, they were kind of those architecture adamant, even though the evidence is not there. And you got to ask yourself, why would History Channel even do a documentary on this? They would never do a thorough documentary on other issues like 9/11, right? Let alone gematria conspiracy, right? And all the real hardcore stuff, right? They wouldn't do the real documentaries on those, but then they want to spend all their time and all their money promoting ancient aliens. It's a bit baffling, isn't it? So that's the weird thing, isn't it? Was gonna play a video, but I think I'm gonna call it a day. Yeah, wish some people were here. Thanks for joining me. See you soon, guys.